This is Honey Badger Nation,
where real estate agents from around the globe come together
to grow, collaborate,
and expand their business.
Where we take our individual fires
and put them together and make one big fire.
This is the Honey Badger Nation.
Gotta love that intro.
I do love that. I feel like I've seen it before, but it's really cool. I like it.
You know, I have an amazing job, and that is to interview awesome agents just like you. And I'm so pleased to have you on today, Lindsay Businger. You are a shining star, and this is the highlight of my day today. Actually, you know, I'm really glad to have you on. You know, the thing is that I love Cleveland, and you're just outside of Cleveland. You're in a town called Medina. Is that right?
Yes, you said it right. Usually everybody butchers it, Medina, but yes, it's Medina, just south of Cleveland. So, yeah.
You know, I know the name because I spent a lot of time in Seattle, and in Seattle there's a neighborhood called Medina, and that's where Bill Gates lives. So, you know, that's how I'm always associating Medina. Is it's like the super posh, high-end, you know, neighborhood.
I'm going to start advertising it that way.
Yeah. Well, it's a neat town. I had the pleasure of you giving me the tour, and it was really neat. It was the storybook town.
Yes. Hallmark. It's a Hallmark town.
Yep. It's so cool. I really enjoyed it there a lot. How long you been there?
So I've lived on and off here since I want to say 2005-ish. I kind of bopped around in my early 20s. Like I was in various other cities in like Northeast Ohio. All the way up to almost Cleveland. I lived in Lakewood for a little while. So kind of been everywhere, but I would say I've been in Medina for a little over 10 years, maybe somewhere between 10 and 15 for sure. So yeah, I love it here. I am like the cheerleader for Medina.
Well, like I said, it's a true highlight of my day. Just talking to you about this because, you know, I'm so interested in seeing what other EXP agents are doing, and you're relatively new to EXP. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I joined at the end of March. So what is that? Not even 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So far, so good.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, you know, I get asked the question a lot, and, you know, I feel like not a whole lot has changed because like COVID kind of changed how everybody in real estate, I think, was doing business. So, you know, still working from my home office, and, but obviously there's other benefits of the switch, you know, which are monetary, which I obviously enjoy. So,
well, do tell, because you know, I think that's a really great question. That's a main question in a lot of people's minds. Like, why switch? You know, why you know, go through all that to change brokerages? And I know you were with Howard Hanna before, and you know, great company. Yeah. Now, what were some of the opportunities that you saw, you know, with EXP, and why'd you make the jump?
So for me personally, it was like very much a business decision. You know, it was, I needed to make it for me for more income, and more opportunity just with everything that EXP has to offer. You know, it was a bigger commission split. It was the opportunity to cap. It was the rev share, the stock, literally everything. Not much has changed. I'm still doing the same job. I'm just getting rewarded more greatly. So it was definitely, well, and a lot of my, influencers, mentors at EXP, and like they've been in my life for a very long time. And, so it's been on my mind for a while. I just took me a minute to pull the trigger.
So tell me about that a little bit. Like what held you back from coming? Because I know you were thinking about it from before, and then you didn't, and then you did.
Yeah.
And just take me on the journey a little bit. Like what was the what were some of the things that kept you from doing it?
I think mainly change is very scary. But then when I did it, I was like, that's not even a big deal. Like I was so
Yeah.
worried about like just every little thing, like, oh, my email, like everything, but it all worked out. You just, switch everything over, but change is very, very scary. And, when so my journey in real estate started, I was an admin for a big team, and she basically presented me with like, hey, we would like you to go get licensed, if you agree to stay with us for, X amount of time. And I was like, yeah, that seems fair. So went and got licensed, and I loved it. Went from full-time full-time admin, part-time real estate to just the opposite. I was trying to slowly work out the admin and become a full-time agent. It was just a little bit hard to do there. So from that point, I decided to go out on my own as a solo agent, still with that same brokerage. I was looking at EXP at that time, but um, I feel like it was still new in my area. Not a lot of people were talking about it. And so, again, change is scary. So, I went with the move that was seamless. I didn't have to, you know, change anything. Um, and went out as a solo agent. And then in March, I just, I'm all about this year I dubbed as my getting uncomfortable year. And finally pulling the trigger and joining EXP was definitely getting out of my comfort zone. So that kind of landed me here.
Well,
So
it's definitely getting out of your comfort zone, especially when you do Dancing with the Realtors out there.
oh yeah, you want to talk about, there are literally so many things that this year. So there's my brokerage change, there's Dancing with the Realtors, that I'm not a dancer, so that was very hugely getting out of my comfort zone.
But you won People's Choice.
I did.
So
I won first
there's
place
that.
People's Choice.
Great job. Great job. You looked amazing.
Thank you. It was a really, really, really fun time. Some memories and experiences that are going to last a lifetime. And then my other uncomfortable is the Ohio Realtors Leadership Academy.
Right.
It's literally all about getting out of your comfort zone. I can't reveal everything because they like to keep a lot of it, in the academy so that it is, new and a surprise for all future, classmates. But there was a lot of things that got outside my comfort zone.
Yeah.
But in a good way, it's all in a good way. It helps you grow as a person and personally, professionally. And so I think I'm good with getting uncomfortable this year. I got, a few more months.
Yeah. The year's not over yet. You got
I
some
know.
time.
Yeah, I'm good though. I squeezed a lot of getting uncomfortable in.
Yeah, you sure did. Yeah. Well, the intention was met. Getting clarity on, some things for yourself and what you want to do, going solo, then switching to EXP, realizing, hey, there's more opportunity here, not only in making some money, but also the connections and the collaboration and the growth, and just being with the folks that that you've kind of grown up with too, right? I mean, it's all been good for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What can you tell anybody out there that, maybe thinking about this and, they're kind of holding back because of one thing or another, or it's just kind of it just seems like a lot to do.
It's not. Just shut the fear up. It's really not. It's if I would have realized how easy of a transition it would have been, I would have done it years ago and I'd be sitting on even more of my rewards. Like, you know what I mean? It was, and you're never alone, and especially with Honey Badger Nation, like you have somebody always at your fingertips and you're not doing it alone. There are going to be people to help you every step of the way. So I would just say literally shut the fear up, get uncomfortable, pull the trigger. I know in my area personally, there are some big names that have come over this year in real estate to EXP, and like it's starting to speak for itself, I mean, if you haven't started to look into it yet, you need to look into it. So shut the fear up and do
Let's
it.
fear up and do it. I love that. You and I are going to a training next week in Cleveland, agent to CEO. And that'll be really great too, right? I mean, Jay Kinder is going to be there, John Kitchens, Al Stasic, Holly Kitchen, like a lot of
Yeah,
really good, good people there, and a lot of knowledge from that.
absolutely. Yeah. And there's just going to be a lot of, well, also the event. So there's going to be like just a ton of people in town, and I can't wait to shake some new hands and, hopefully get some more knowledge and inspiration and, continue to grow.
That's right. That's right. And then Rock and Rescue,
Mhm.
right after that, the bash with the um with the concert at
Yep.
Forward, which
Yep.
is always a good time.
Have you attended in the years past?
I have. I
Okay.
have. In
Okay.
fact, well, this is the guitar right here. Okay.
Dang.
So I won this one year. So anybody coming to Rock and Rescue, so this is from a couple years ago. This is signed by the band Filter. Um,
Oh, how cool.
yeah, yeah. So I got that. Then the year, let's see here, last year, I ended up getting Browns tickets, which if
That
anybody hasn't been to a Browns game, I'm sure you've been to Browns games, right? Right, Lindsay?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
They
I
are
I I hadn't, so it was quite the experience. Well, you guys
Browns
don't mess
fans?
around with those games.
Nope. Mm-mm. And we like to party.
You like to party. That's
And we love our
very true.
Browns, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was really blessed. So if anybody's thinking about coming, come out to it. It's a great time. Um, Rock and Rescue. Right before that is Agent to CEO.
Yep.
And yeah, sign up for the raffle. You got to beat me this year.
For the raffle. Oh, yeah, yeah. Because seriously, if you win again,
I know.
I'm
I
gonna
know.
say it's rigged.
Yeah, something's rigged if I'm winning like 3 times. It's gotta be.
Or you just have really good luck.
Well, I mean that is very true. I do. Yeah, I've always had really, really good times there. I'm very much looking forward to it. And just kind of another testament. I mean, it's not an EXP event, but it is, from Honey Badger Nation, and it is, a lot of the stuff we do with NAEA and whatnot. And I know you're all a part of that, and it's really cool to just to collaborate with everybody and have them out.
Yeah, and it's for such a great cause too. Definitely something I feel like people don't talk enough about, human trafficking.
Right.
And there's I think three different um foundations that it's going to benefit this year. And last year I think I heard Al say that they raised like 72,000. I can't remember how many lives it saved, but like that's phenomenal.
That
So,
is amazing, and yes, you're right, and people don't realize that about human trafficking or what issues it is. And the last time I was up there, Al and I actually went to. He took me to. I say, is it East Cleveland?
yeah,
Is it? Yeah. So real. Just sad kind of area. They're very much in need,
yep,
and and we did, we were handing out different stuff like food and toiletry supplies and whatnot. And it was across the street from a known trafficking hotel,
hmm,
and if you want to call it that. And it was yeah, it was sad to see, but it was good to just be out there and be at ground zero and see
right,
see it live. And the stuff is real. And and that's why we do this, and we come together, and yeah, we have a lot of fun, but
right,
it really goes to a good cause here.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely,
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
very
um
much so.
what's next on your journey? What are you looking to do here? And um are you poised for anything next year and in the following years?
So my really this year I'm focused on finishing my leadership academy. Um, it will be officially done at the end of Ohio Realtors Convention, which is like in mid to end September. So then I'll be done with that. Next year, I'm this year running for more positions within my local board. So I'm just trying to get like more involved in that. Um, and honestly, if I'm being honest, next year I am trying to say no to more.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Um, and just Oh, Renee had the best word for it. And man, I'm not going to be able to remember it now, but she said instead of saying no, taking control. Maybe
Okay.
that's what she said. So 2023 is going to be taking control, being more strategic with what I'm getting involved with, and not because this year was a little overwhelming for me. So I need to reel it back in, focus on my business and growing that. And yeah,
Right. Well, I can appreciate that too. Just only allowing the things in your life that are going to really serve you and that are going to be the best for you, and that you can spend the time with and develop. And saying no to certain things is going to give you that space to in order to do that, right?
yep, absolutely. For
Yeah.
sure. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
hard one for me because I say yes to everything whenever anybody asks, so
The overcommitment, I'm totally guilty of that too, and it seems like I've heard, and I'm not sure who it was, somebody pretty famous saying that, like, they say no to, like, I don't know, so many things every day, like that, like they just constantly are just no, no,
yeah,
no, no, and then just focused on what it is. Oh, Richard Branson. That's what it was. That was the story. So Richard Branson was apparently, I guess how it went was like, he was asked to speak some corporate event or something, and he's like, no, and they're offering him just obscene amounts of money, to come to it. And then they were finally like, okay, we're gonna fly you here, we're gonna do this, we're gonna pay you like $1 million a minute, or it's just like some they just kept on piling it on. He just it's just like, nope, I'm focused on what I'm doing right now. And it's just, so it was just a testament to like how, ultra successful people are like, they really have to, put that away and not get distracted and focus exactly on their mission, what they're doing at the time.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. That's
yeah.
that's my goal for next year.
Yeah, props. Yeah, it's good. Well, any other news, any other things coming up?
I don't think so. Any of my Ohio friends, though, come and see me at the Ohio Realtors Convention. Graduate from Leadership Academy. I'll be.
When is that?
It's the let's see. I think it's like the 19th through the 21st, if I'm not mistaken. And
Of September?
yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Great.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing our grant presentations for Leadership Academy. We're going to be giving like speeches, and then we actually like graduate from the Leadership Academy. So,
Wow.
yeah.
That's going to be good.
Yeah. So I packed the seats at Dancing with the Realtors. So let's see who comes to support me graduating Leadership Academy.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. Wow. Yeah. Congratulations with that. That's coming up quick.
Yeah, I know. It's so wild to think that it's almost over. Like it felt like it just started. This year flew by for sure.
Right. Right. Well, that's what happens when you stay busy.
Yep.
And then next year, yeah, full intention and saying no and just moving things forward. I love it. It's great.
Yep. Yep. Check back with me in like January, February and see how it's going.
See how it's going. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. No, I absolutely will. So, well, I look forward to seeing you next week. And
Yes.
have an awesome weekend too, Lindsay. Thanks for being on the show, and I appreciate you in so many ways, and it's just a pleasure seeing you today.
Yeah, and thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. We'll talk with you soon.
All right, I'll see you at Rock and Rescue.
See ya.